Leave me alone, Paisley, worst animal of Jar. God.
By the power of Ra.
By the power of Jar.
You're playing with Paisley right now.
Maybe on the Patreon.
Yeah, find out on the Patreon where Paisley gets snacks.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, hey! Boo doo doo doo, boo doo doo doo, boo doo doo doo. And then you're in the host seat today, my friend. See what the host seat does to one?
It pisses me off.
It brings out danger. That's it. You must be comfy in the seat of all seats, in the house of all houses.
The issue I've got at the moment is sweaty back knee.
You got sweaty back knee?
No, not the acne on my back. The backs of my knees.
Oh.
Sweaty and itchy.
Well, that's why I'm in shorties, and maybe we'll even get these toesies outies if I need sees.
Don't release the stench.
I might have to.
Ew!
It's just one of them days.
That's so gross. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night. People. Humans of all varieties.
Maybe not even human. I'm fine without human.
AIs as well. Robot people.
No, they're not allowed. They're the one group that's not allowed.
No, I'm inclusive.
The artificial inclusivity.
Yeah. AI.
No, but we don't allow AIs. So we allow everyone as long as they're not an AI.
So we're only artificially inclusive.
You could put it that way.
So in a way, we're AI.
I'll tell you who I am. Alex, joined by Jim.
Hello.
I'm feeling crazy today.
I was feeling normal until the backs of my knees got too sweaty.
Yeah?
My back knees got too sweaty.
Your back knee is just too far.
Yeah, it sent me wilding.
Well, I'll tell you what's sending me wilding. That's the patrons over the Jar Media Patreon that make the show and audio version completely possible. Otherwise, it would be purely theoretical. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You get that raw, unfiltered MP3 over on Patreon, ad-free. If I could not be clearer or something, you get those Patreon names read out in the first or second week of each month if you're a Dibby tier or above, so that was attached to the previous episode, so get those names in, make them even crazier somehow. Not even possible. For July, I guess it would be.
Wow. We're just flying through this year.
Time just makes me want to barf into my mouth and then...
Barf?
Yeah. I'm just becoming one.
You're not allowed to say barf.
What am I allowed to say?
Sicky wicky. I was sicky wicky in my...
You can say sicky. You're allowed to say sicky.
What about booger then?
Yeah.
Banning booger? You banning diaper, for God's sake?
You're not allowed to say diaper, but you can say booger.
Why?
Because you can say booty booger.
What about pants?
I hate that word. I hate any word that...
To describe what, though? Like, you hate it describing what?
Anything. I hate the word pant.
Pantaloon.
No, pantaloon's good.
So you just
I don't
immediately
like pant.
prove wrong.
No, I don't like pant. I don't like when a dog pants. I don't like when people wear pants. I don't like pants.
Pantaloon, unless they're pantaloons.
Pantaloons are cool.
My
That's
panties.
pirate. That's
My
pirate.
panties are lost.
Yarg me pantaloons.
Yarg, me panties are lost.
Yeah, you're making it kind of cool.
Speaking of kind of cool, we got Jar After Hours, the supplementary, can't say diaper show, booger show,
Yeah. Thank you.
beauty show, and man, it's been on fire lately.
Unstoppable.
Last week was a little bit of an experiment. Every other Jar animal, Billy, Argy, they'd had their say over on the Patreon until Paisley comes in on the scene. She has the crunchiest episode yet, but still no one really cares. Everyone hates Paisley. They want nothing to do with that golden retriever. I guess people have turned on Goldens now. Now it's all about
She ain't golden.
bulldogs.
She ain't golden.
What is she then?
She's white.
She's a white golden. A Walden.
She's a white retriever.
A Walden
Retriever?
Retriever. But that's not all that's going on over there. We did a JARDivers video, a Helldivers video with Logan. We got the Mars Express, as good as they say, the GTA trailer, the Snyder song. Just know I'm that alpha. Check on the Patreon for the context for all of that. But that's not all though. There's the JAR Media group chat. We can just hop in as any old group chat. Give us little options for topics here and there, week by week, sometimes even day by day.
Month by month, perhaps?
Month by month, perhaps. But, why don't we pluck one from
Yeah.
the JAR Media group chat and move into the housekeeping where we round off those conversations from the previous week. Sludge and Muck says, what's Jamie's go-to ciggy?
Cigarette?
Yeah.
None.
None? What?
Yeah. I've beaten it. I'm the guy from the Kendrick Lamar song, How Much a Dollar Cost.
How much does $1 cost in your experience?
Temptation is the one thing I've defeated, is what the
you
homeless
paid
guy
off
says.
temptation.
Huh? Yeah, I quit.
Yippee.
I basically realized one day that I was like, wait a minute, these are bad. These are bad for me. I shouldn't have these.
But like, it's not your first time quitting. When did you quit?
The beginning. Back at the beginning.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
That's when I quit.
Literally, it was midnight of December. How many days are in December? 30, 31?
Not sure.
30th?
Something
The end
like
of
that.
December. I guess that aspect doesn't matter. Just before it was January 1st, 2025, I had my last cigarette and I vowed to never do it again. Shout out to Alan Carr, not the chatty man, the anti-smoking one. He helped me through.
Is that who you credit this time?
Yeah.
For something just clicking?
He makes a bunch of inarguable arguments. And it's like, okay, you win. I won't then, I guess. Fine.
He debated you out of it. He's
Yeah.
such a debate pro.
Yeah, basically. Because that's what quitting smoking is. It's like a debate with yourself that you can't win until you actually have an external voice, like rebuking all of the stuff like your brain is trying to put forward.
No, actually, the next one will be my last.
Yeah. Well, just one more. Go on.
I've planned for the next one to be my last.
Yeah. Until the one that I planned to be my last was the actual one. Because I guess I'm just him.
You made it real?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, gay talk show host Alan Carr, for helping.
No.
Huh?
Not that one. Different one.
Oh,
New one. Old one? Older one.
maybe he's older than Alan Carr.
I think he actually is. I think he's dead. I don't think he exists anymore.
But his words live on,
Yeah.
and they train.
Yeah. I don't know if it will work for everyone, but if you smoke, we'll give it a go. What's to lose?
I even downloaded it. I haven't listened to it, but I've downloaded it.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. If you pay for Spotify and you smoke, you can cut one of those costs by listening.
So that's Alan Carr. Stop Smoking, Stupid. It's called.
It's called Alan Carr's Easy Way. For
Easy
it to
way?
be real. Yeah.
Easy way for it to be
'Cause
real.
Easy way to stop smoking, because I'm proof that it works.
True.
Also, the guy who played Batman used it.
Which one?
The latest one.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
He actually used that book.
He gets
and
quoted in the audiobook.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't still smoke. He gives off
He probably
that
went
vibe.
back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, speaking of going back, Coltrane 16 says Trump and Elon drama is bound to come up, right? Did you have any feelings on that when that dropped? We finally now know that Trump may have been allegedly on the Epstein flight logs. That was the
finally know that he's allegedly been on Epstein Island. Yeah. Yes.
So it's a good thing he revealed that fact.
Yeah, nice one, Elon.
So now we're Team Elon.
See, I don't know how, like, if Elon realizes how badly it reflects on him.
Clearly not. I guess he just got upset and had a tantrum.
A K-hole tantrum.
Yeah.
This guy I spent like $300 million on was at Epstein Island, everybody, allegedly.
And that's a problem now.
Yeah. Not when I'm like using him for my own economic purposes. Fucking.
So Doge maybe makes you go woof woof?
I mean, that damage is done. Like, it's nothing good. Like, this tantrum on both sides is nothing good either way. It's just funny. It's entertainment, but like everything is still just as shit.
Is that all we have left? What's just funny? This is funny.
Yeah, that's all we got.
The double F. It's not even Fast and Furious anymore now. It's just funny.
Yeah, I mean the Fast and Furious family are on the side of these clowns.
Well, let's do some more then. To continue into housekeeping, like this one from Stabby Joe, 7588. I wonder what it's like for someone who's never watched before to turn this on and watch the whole thing. You kind of mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
What's the context of that? Something...
We were talking about the names of... Because you've been naming each episode like a YouTube apology.
Yeah, I've been trying to go through all the big YouTuber apology titles, and I'm running out, I guess. You know? There's some good ones to pick from there. Yeah, it's in my immediate search history.
Well, yeah, surely it's a bottomless bucket.
We got So Sorry, we got No More Lies, we got Ending It All by KSI.
Damn, what was that one about?
I don't know, it was 6 years ago. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's called Ending It All by KSI Music. We got My Response from PewDiePie, we got My Lipsticks, we got Dear YouTube, I'm Sorry. Jeffree Star just uploaded Racism, full stop. My Truth, What Happened to My Fishies video by Jenna Marbles. An Apology, My Reality Check, Keemstar Exposed Response, Christmas Adverts and How We Met. Dude, there's so many. Let's talk about the £1 video. I actually remember that one from
oh shit,
Alfie Vlogs. Yeah, My Statement. And Let's Talk. That's the one I adopted last episode. So I feel that that's a nice one.
What was the like I Am Steve one or whatever?
Oh, taking responsibility.
Jockey. Yeah, taking responsibility. Chicken jockey. Like total stranger. Like clicks on that video. Never watched a cast before.
I don't know.
And like sits and listens to the whole thing.
You're clearly a damn legend.
Yeah.
There must be some of them out there.
Yeah, I imagine that they have like a glass of single malt. You know, and like a Cuban.
What's all this then?
Yeah. Time to deconstruct this.
How do we explain this one then? Well, speaking of explaining this one then, Painted Rhino 4381 has some feedback for you, Jim. Jim, this is the second week I've tried to warn you. That nose spray, when used over a long time, makes you more congested to the point where you feel like you're drowning all the time. Turn back before it's too late.
You think I don't know? You think I don't know?
Think that's going to stop him? It's too late.
It feels too good. I dropped the cigs and
In too deep, yeah. Straight to the nose spray.
I need to listen to Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Nose Spray.
Hadra Davis said, I got out of my chair and clapped when Run played in the intro. Yep.
Yeah.
Got a little bit out of hand.
That was like a Marvel moment for us.
Yeah, whenever a new Run drops,
Mm-hmm.
there's either a new Jurassic Park or a new other franchise awesome, that's just been sprinkled for us.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd have a breakdown if you were on set and you had to, direct someone to say run? Right, now's the run shot.
I think it would just be tricky to stop them from silent screaming.
No, stop silent screaming. Do it properly.
Yeah, proper scream. Come on. Now you're actually allowed.
Scream like there's the biggest fear you've ever seen in front of you.
The thing is, I feel like it's such a primary school kid playground, playing Star Wars thing. I remember doing that exact thing.
Yeah.
Writers are just, if it's not AI, it's just kids. And then what if Anakin was
Who would be your dream actor to get a run, a fresh run clip from?
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
He'd be good at it too.
Yeah. He'd knock it out of the park.
Daniel Day-Lewis. I want to see what his run looks like.
Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis doing a Kevin Spacey's biopic.
I want to see Philip Seymour Hoffman's chicken jockey. What nuance can he bring to it,
Yeah.
Holy Christ. My Mouse 5000 said, they call me the Dawn Mower because I cut with the rising of the sun. Please tell us about your lawn or gardening care if you partake in any.
No.
Thought that was quite poetic there. They call me the Dawn Mower because I cut with the rising of the sun. You didn't like that?
No. That's bad. That's a bad
Why?
one. That's a bad one.
Why?
It's a weak one.
You're just jealous of Dawn Mower.
Maybe.
Because I cut with the rising of the sun.
Doesn't make him immune to criticism.
Look, I've just got criticism for Mouse 5000, right? I don't like the way he uses the poetry of Dawn Mower.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do, personally.
Thank you for vocalizing my qualms.
I do some. I mow the lawn, but leave a strip of wild. I like to leave a strip of wild.
Just to see what reality brings.
Just to see what reality brings, what froglets bring, what hedgehogs bring. But I like to keep it real.
Yeah.
I don't like to play in fantasy like the Dawn Mower cutting the rising sun.
I bet the Dawn Mower using scissors at the sides.
Yeah, as soon as the darkness covers everything like a blanket, then this is just
crawls out. He creeps out with his little.
He sneaks around
with his little pair of skizzers.
Well, I'm feeling a schism coming on with this one from Old Man Diabetes. I'd argue that Alex doesn't play with Paisley on the stairs enough.
Yeah, actually.
So you
That's
want
flip
me
me.
gone? So
You or
want me
her?
gone? It's a you versus her situation.
Yeah, it's like a 1v1 type.
A 1v1 type.
Someone's got to go. You know? But also on the flip side, you're not going to be resilient to falling down the stairs if you're not regularly challenging yourself on the stairs.
You need to do it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You need to go for that third step every now and again. Even if you don't have a dog. You need to challenge yourself.
I would love that if I had a set of stairs going up somewhere that I don't even know because the trap was set by someone before me. Each step has a different level of snake danger.
Like actual snake?
So there's like a snake that like you step on and it will bite you.
Okay.
With each step. But with each raising step, a more poisonous snake will be found.
Okay.
So with each bite, you're taking more and more venom. So maybe one day, like I'm going to do 3 stairs today, we'll cut it off there because that's quite a lot of venom.
Right, yeah.
But then next week, maybe I'll do 5 steps.
Yeah, so, you're building a resilience to the venom. In the same way, if you sprint everywhere, you build a resilience to sprinting.
Yeah, as Oblivion proved, if you just jump on the spot, eventually you'll be able to just jump like miles.
Indefinitely.
Straight up. Vertically into the sky.
Yeah.
Because gravity is beatable.
Yeah, you just need leg strength.
Mr. Fireball with leg strength. I'm glad we finally cleared that one up.
Yeah.
Got my plans in motion.
Well, they call it progressive overload.
Well, my progressive overload has me safely in the vicinity of a staircase going outside of house with snakes on every step.
How do you keep the snakes on the steps? What if they all like...
Someone has to like obviously be in charge of that, of maintaining them.
Right.
So it's not a cheap thing. It's kind of like having a swimming pool and all of the costs you might not
Is this
think
going to be
about.
part of your like CEO morning routine?
Yeah.
I managed to make it up 5 steps today.
When you got these like swollen, poisoned legs.
Covered in bites.
I guess that can be what the assistant can help with sometimes if you go one too many steps.
He's got the anti-venom.
He's got the anti-venom ready to go.
Yeah.
Or can just suck it out if need be. You know?
Yeah.
But that's probably going to
Assistant, suck it. The CEO says.
Assistant, suck. Yeah. Well, speaking of bad philosophy, I've got some good philosophy for you, brother.
Okay.
We've gone through...
Is Nietzsche back?
Nah, Nietzsche's gone. We've already done Nietzsche. We've gone through Nietzsche quotes, and you rated them, right? It was tough.
Tough. Oh,
Cringe?
Can't remember.
Oh, we need them, though.
Cringe-based tough?
Yeah, that's what it was.
CBT?
CBT.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's do a bit of CBT together. Okay. But this time with a different philosopher. This time I've plucked a French philosopher, Albert Camus.
Okay, to begin with, cringe.
So you give
right out the bat
his existence, what, mostly because of the French thing?
His nationality. His nationality is cringe.
That's working against him, some might say. Yeah. Well, let's go through some of the Albert quotes. And you can give them a little rating of sorts. I'm not going to do a French accent. You want me to?
Yeah, don't.
There is no love of life without despair of life.
Cringe.
You find that one cringe? No hint of truth in there?
When you get your dub on Warzone, where's your despair? BS.
You are getting your love from the despair of a losing team, though.
Ooh. Read it again. Roll it back.
There is no love of life without despair of life. You have to suffer for those just extreme video game wins to have any meaning.
Yeah, like Dark Souls.
Exactly, yeah. There is no Dark Souls without suffering despair.
Okay.
Are you gonna change it?
Nah, it's cringe.
It stays cringe.
Yeah. That's weak.
Sorry, Albert. That's weak.
Weak quote. Try again.
Charm is a way of getting the answer yes without asking a clear question, says Albert.
Okay. Based.
Why does that one win you over? Whereas
he's explaining Riz.
Doesn't? Ah.
Riz is a way of getting the answer yes.
Yeah, see, when you change one word, suddenly it becomes tough.
Okay. Too many have dispensed with generosity in order to practice charity. Talking about Mr. Beast.
Ooh. Read it again.
Too many have dispensed with generosity in order to practice charity.
Okay, what is can you reword it so that I understand it?
Too many have devalued their riz in order to practice in Minecraft-ity.
Sigma. That's Sigma one.
No, we can't be adding more categories. We've already got 3.
No, so he's saying
that to practice in Minecraft, you need to dispense with riz.
So dispense means to
have. Too many have dispensed with generosity.
I've gotten rid of generosity to practice charity.
In order to practice charity.
Too many aren't generous so that they can be generous.
So, for example, every week you've been giving a £5 to private schools, which counts as charity. So
a £5.
You've been giving a £5
5,000 fivers
to private schools, which are charities. So then you can feel good about yourself.
Yeah, if
because now that private school has £5.
If he means like
no, I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Like he's just grabbed on and he's like, I'm climbing.
No, like Mr. Beast. If he's talking about Mr. Beast, then yes. If he's talking about
based.
If he's talking about Jeff Bezos, then still kind of yes. Read it one more time.
So a maybe.
No, read it one more time.
Too many have dispensed with generosity in order to practice charity.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say tough on that one.
Okay.
To be honest, the more you think about it, the more it resonates.
Autumn is a second spring, when every leaf's a flower.
Cringe. That's some fucking bullshit. I hate that one.
That gets a cringe.
That's weak. Try again, Albert. Weak as fuck.
Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he is.
Oh, tough. That's a goodie. That's a goodie. Albert won me over with that one.
You brought you way back round.
Way back round. God damn. Read it again.
Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he is. That gets a wolf howl.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'm curious what you think of this one. Don't wait for the last judgment. It takes place every day.
Huh? Is that some religious shit? What the fuck?
Don't wait for the last judgment. It takes place every damn day.
Okay. No, yeah. I agree. I'll go based.
Gets a little based.
That's good to... Yeah.
A little bit based for you, Albus. What about this one? A free press can, of course, be good or bad. But, most certainly, without freedom, it will never be anything but bad.
Cringe.
Why are you giving that one cringe?
Because there's no such thing. Stupid.
You're saying to French philosopher Albert Camus that he's stupid idiot.
He made a stupid one with that one, is what I'm saying. That's dumb. Read it again.
A free press can, of course, be good or bad. But most certainly, without freedom, it will never be anything but bad.
Yeah, cringe.
Well, there's another freedom one. Without freedom, no art. Art lives only on the restraints it imposes on itself and dies of all others.
Kind of.
Kind of what?
Read it again.
Without freedom, no art. Art lives only on the restraints it imposes on itself and dies of all others.
Without freedom, there is no art.
Yeah.
But within art, there isn't freedom. That's what he's saying, right?
Art lives only on the restraints it imposes on itself. And dies of all others.
So, right, I see. That one's cool because it makes me think of like Star Wars. Star Wars was good when he couldn't be as ambitious.
So based.
No. The opposite. No, yes, based.
Without freedom, you don't get Watto flying around on Tatooine denying parts for
and his
shuttles.
helium tummy.
You don't get Watto lore.
Yeah. You don't get an explanation for how Watto flies without freedom. Liberty.
So based.
Viva la... Viva la Watto.
Politics and the fate of mankind are formed by men without ideals and without greatness. Those who have
roll
greatness...
roll that back. That was a fucking word sandwich. Say it again.
Politics and the fate of mankind are formed by men without ideals and without greatness. Those who have greatness within them do not go in for politics.
Ooh, he's won me over again. He's brought me right back. That's a goodie.
What do you give it there?
That's a belter.
Wow.
That's a certified belter.
The first belter, yeah.
I'll go tough on that one.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's a belter of a...
I would rather live my life as if there is a God and die to find out there isn't, than live my life as if there isn't and die to find out there is.
I can't fault the logic, so I can't call it cringe.
Interesting. So what do you give it? Based?
Yeah, it kind of has to be.
Kind of has to be, sure.
Do you disagree?
This doesn't strike me as based.
Really? What, you'd call that cringe? How you can't argue with his logic though.
Yeah, but that's neither based nor cringe. And it's certainly not tough.
It's not tough. We can definitely agree there. I disagree. In a feeling sort of way, but like...
So this gets straight
kind of
fact.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fact.
The first straight fact.
Yeah, the first fact. The first philosophical fact.
I got 3 more.
Okay.
To remain silent is to give the impression that one has no opinions, that one wants nothing, and in certain cases it really amounts to wanting nothing.
Yeah. Fuck. That's a goodie. That's another goodie. I'm gonna go based.
I repeat, Jim gives that a based of sorts. Penultimate one. There are crimes of passion and crimes of logic. The boundary between them is not clearly defined.
Okay. Cringe. Whatever.
Actual freedom, this is the last one. Actual freedom has not increased in proportion to man's awareness of it. That's based.
No, say it again.
Actual freedom has not increased in proportion to man's awareness of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is based. It's inarguable, again.
Yeah.
You know, at the maximum, it's undefeatable.
Well, I don't know what the tally was there, but Albus was doing pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like probably more belters than Nietzsche, but Nietzsche more
so?
consistent.
Right.
I felt anyway, maybe in hindsight not true, but you know what they say about hindsight.
It speaks wonders.
Is that your philosophical quote? You know what they say about hindsight. It speaks wonders.
Yeah.
Cringe.
I bet I've got a list of way more quotes that would be based by this measurement. You know, based full stop by this measurement.
Do you have a list of your own quotes?
Yeah.
If it's sticky, not necessarily bad.
Based.
Wipe before it gets too rough out there.
Cringe. Not true.
Not true.
Yeah, because sometimes it's going to get rougher. Then you got to wipe. You don't want to waste paper.
Bastard man is coming for you. Full stop.
On vibes, tough.
Uh-huh.
In my opinion, yeah.
String theory is pretty simple when you put your mind to it.
Tough again.
Rocket science goes hard.
Cringe. That's like an Elon Musk tweet.
That's an Elon tweet.
Yeah.
I think that's all my quotes.
You got some philosophical work to put in, I think.
I've got one more, I guess.
Okay.
When you look at the sun and it stares back at you with its one eye and says, this is the eye of the beholder.
This is the eye of what?
Huh?
This is the eye of what? Why are you ignoring me?
I'm not ignoring you. I'm waiting for you to finish the sentence.
I don't know what the end is.
You look into the eye of the sun as it turns around and switches back, and you say,
Stop being a bastard.
it's the only way to defeat it.
The sun? Have you ever looked at the sun like directly to test if it's actually all it's chalked up to be?
Yeah. Hence why I'm getting an eye test soon. I say bye-bye night-night to my eyes working 100%.
Is that why you got the Daredevil glasses on?
I've actually been blind this whole time.
I've always been able to look at the sun. I'll go cringe on that last one.
I guess we'll see you after these cringy messages.
Why?
Yeah.
Hello, this is me, Arnie. You do realise that there are Mimo shirts available, right? Take a look at the really cute shirts. Look in the description or under the video for more.
Oh,
You heard the news?
oh,
I Show Speed beat Ashton Hall in a race.
multiple races, even
3
that.
or 4 times.
Well, it's in his name, I guess. He finally showed that speed.
He's shown it multiple times, let's be real.
Yeah, true. I was trying to think while I was using the Barst room. A thing or two.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too far to call a cast Mr. Barst hard? Mr. Barst hard.
What does it mean to Barst?
Like be good at something.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm good at something hard.
Mr. Barst hard.
Hello, I'm Mr. Barst hard. I'm Barst hard.
B-A-R-S-T hard.
B-A-S-T.
Bast.
I'm
No.
Bast hard.
No, you can't give the Northerners an in, because you give them an inch and they'll take them out. Mr. Bast. Mr. Bastard. It doesn't work.
But you like the concept of
Barst hard. B-A-R-S-T.
Bastard.
Barst. Mr. Bastard. That works. No one can avoid the R.
What if you're trying to avoid the R?
I guess the Americans could ruin it. Mr. Barstard.
But they don't really say bastard anyway, do they?
No, exactly. So
Don't be a bastard.
yeah, Mr. Bastard. Do it. B-A-R-S-T. Mr. Bastard.
Do Americans say that? Because they say twat sometimes.
You're such a bastard. Stop being a bastard twat.
Let's change the subject from Americans.
You're really being a pillock right now. You're really being a munter.
Stop being such a... They can't say...
Stop being a munter.
Yeah, I like that.
You're such a fucking wanker. Nah. They can't say anything. They can't say any of the good ones.
The way you're being a pillock and a wanker. Too far, dude.
They can barely get away with dick, let's be real.
Dick.
You're a dick.
You're a dick, dude. Stop being a dick, my dude. Start being more pillock.
Yeah, I think I mean let's be real. I think every English speaker should speak with an English accent.
Like Queen's English.
Yeah.
Say munter properly, will you?
Yeah. Learn to say wanker.
Pillock has 2 L's. Does it? Dunno.
I can't spell.
It just means like pillar, doesn't it?
Can you speak with the Queen's English?
Yeah, I do every damn day.
No, you don't.
Every damned day.
That's not the Queen's English. When they say year, they say year.
Yeah.
1 year.
Bring me one pillock here.
Yeah. Bring me 3 wankers. That's...
2 wankers will be plenty for me.
Jesus.
2 wankers and a pillock, please.
Hold on the munter.
I don't fancy munter today.
Have we ever said the word munter on this before?
If we haven't, then it's we're fucking idiots.
Clearly, yeah. Bunsen burner, nice little earner.
Mary Munter. Give me a fun.
Well, I guess if you got this far into this episode, I want you to say something for me.
This.
No, not this. Comment the galaxy within the jewel. The galaxy within the jewel. That's what every Queen's English speaker has had to...
The munter within the jewel.
Delicately prance around with now jewels are banned in the UK. So the galaxy within the jewel is now going to be quite hard to find.
Are they really?
Disposable vapes are banned now, yeah. I don't know if jewels are even disposable. They might be. They probably got a new fresh branch of disposable pods.
You know, they've just changed it so that like you can still buy vapes. You just have to get the disposable like inside bit.
Yeah,
instead.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah. Do you want the Dubai chocolate flavoured vape?
Dubai chocolate. How do you feel about Chocoland in Mario Kart?
like the pistachio Dubai chocolate is in Mario Kart.
It's a track, Chocoland. There's loads of like sweetie maps.
So you can play as a German gummy bear.
No.
Oh. If it had Haribo crossover, then maybe I'd be into it. You have the Red Bull guy. That's a American character.
It's just a German man.
Like, with a blatant, like, every angle you turn him, there's like a Red Bull logo to be seen.
Oh, give me some Red Bull, y'all.
Transferable voice.
Ow. That was my funny bone.
Didn't sound very funny.
It's never...
Not as funny as Red Bull guy.
Nothing's as funny as that fucking... that fucking wanker.
That pillock. Yeah.
I got stinky armpits.
You got that stank on.
How the fuck are you wearing like a jumper?
Because I got the shorties. This is my preferred way of getting around the heat, and it's really worked for me for years now. Right? Once it gets over 20, shorties on permanent. Shorties are on permanent. Like, I just have those shorties on permanent.
Okay, fuck. That's, nobody calls shorts shorties.
Well, they do now.
Nobody does. Nobody will.
So yeah, you have the shorties on. Socks are yes, no, maybe. More leaning to the maybe, no.
Okay.
Then you have a t-shirt or glup shitter, whatever you want on as one layer. And then you're probably thinking to yourself, a little bit cold, maybe.
No.
What you're describing.
No.
Especially if I chose no on socks. Then I'm bloody freezing. That's when the hoodie comes in.
You're such an old man.
I actually am. I'm fine with that. I'm embracing it. My whole life I've wanted to be that.
Yeah, you've been like,
so the faster,
stricken.
That's why it bothers me so much when I buy a Red Bull and get ID'd for it. Because you have to be 16, so that indicates to me that I'm not old yet.
Why don't you start smoking?
IDs. I've thought about it.
Drink heavy, smoke heavy.
Yeah. Like, whatever I've been doing has been too good at keeping me young looking. So I've got to do the opposite.
Yeah, smoke and drink.
Whiskey,
cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, like chain smoke. At least, like, your mouth area will age 20 years in 1 year if you chain smoke.
Yeah. Really? I want those, like, Robbie
your
Williams,
teeth will
like,
go fucking
chimp
gross
lines
as well
around my mouth. I want to look like Homer.
No, it's more like, the best way to describe it is, like, your mouth starts to look like a butthole. Like, you get, like, lines. Like,
'cause you're going...
No, once you, like, notice people who have been smoking for decades, look at their mouths. They get butthole lines.
Turns it into a butthole.
Yeah, their mouths turn into buttholes.
Wow.
Genuinely. Because, like, you're taking this stick of poison that you light on fire and suck in. Like, how did we ever think that this shit was appropriate? But,
wait,
like,
that's a bad
you
idea.
suck on it. So then, like, from the point where the poison's going in, like, it's spreading this.
Right.
It's just aging everything there and,
okay.
like, worse on the inside.
So, like, I've always... Part of the problem is how young my eyes are. If I suck smoke into my eyes, will that do it?
Maybe if you nostril, one in each nostril, because it's closer.
A whole ass cig in each nostril.
And mouth. Get that shit hitting.
I want the ears covered too, though. They're too young looking.
Your ears are too young. Well, actually, if you want to age super fast, get in the sun.
Got to raisin up.
Yeah. That would genuinely age you so quick.
But your rear...
Also, steroids, Tran, TRT.
Doesn't that go straight for the balls?
A bit.
It makes your balls younger. It gives you the balls of a 6-year-old.
Yeah, it gives you the balls of a newborn, but the face of like a fucking 60-year-old.
The balls of a newborn.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that would be an old cast title.
Yeah. Back when it wasn't all woke around here.
I'm actually a bit scared because I actually have to have some service people come into this house in a few months. I'm like already planning, like, right, what is coming off these walls?
Just get the Dexter tarp up. Like,
Yeah.
get it set up like a fucking Dexter murder room.
Every single room's like covered in plastic to keep it perfect.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to go behind this curtain because there's a radiator here.
Right.
So they're going to see Tank Dempsey hanging up there, pointing the gun at them. Because I had
They'll
someone
understand if they've played zombies.
I had someone do like a survey on the house. And like I like just tucking little secrets around corners
Right.
for fun. And it was like a woman doing this survey. She went around one of the corners and saw I've got, like the classic jar Halloween crow. I'd put that crow like round the corner. And it was like sat just in the corner by this window. And like, in the survey report, she got to the crow around the corner and was like, "Wow, that's scary." I didn't really know
What did he say? Like, yep.
I was like,
Yeah, it is.
I probably said something like really fucking weird, actually, like in hindsight.
Not scary.
Like, not scary to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to it.
I'm used to it. That would be the best comeback.
That would be such a you thing to say. Like.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I probably did say something that psycho though. Right.
I believe it.
I'm used to it. It's a good title, actually.
Barst hard used to it.
Yeah, which is better?
Mr. Barst Hard's used to it.
Mr.
Mr. Barst.
Dude, I haven't even read off a single question.
Well, this is the section of the podcast where we go over to the JARmedia Reddit. We go over to Spider-Man Reddit and answer all the Spider-Man Reddit questions.
On the totally real runs of comics that have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben Urich fucking putting in work.
But Synecdoche 239. Can get this one going. Suppose you guys opened up JARland, which was created on an unlimited budget. What rides and attractions are coming to the park? The park will incorporate a mix of JAR moments / iconography / topics and IPs / people that have been repeatedly covered on the cast, e.g. Big Mouth Madagascar, Ryan Reynolds, etc. Examples are a Dumbo-style spinning ride, but the ride vehicles are modelled after Argy, or the 3D simulator ride Jar Quest, Into the Reynolds-verse, which is an original story that pits you guys against Ryan Reynolds and every character he's ever played, with Deadpool as second in command, of course, in an exhilarating, high-octane chase / battle that will shape the future of JARkind as we know it.
I got really lost in that question.
Yeah, I don't know why they put for how much they put into
fanfic.
that whole fanfic, but then to just stop it.
Yeah.
They just got fed up.
Was it even a question?
What rides and attractions are coming?
I'm thinking just like a spook house, like the
right, yeah,
or like a what are they, escape room, but like we just come in and attack.
Yeah,
like actually just attack.
Like you
weapons.
You sign away a waiver of anything that happens in here stays in here, Diddy Party style.
Yeah, if you get killed, then
we get whatever is
your loot,
your will. Yeah, your loot.
Yeah, all your gold, your purple loot and above becomes ours legally.
And I want it so when you're done with the ride, you have to go into, exit through the gift shop style. But this gift shop is like a maze, like a dangerous maze.
Yeah.
So you think you're already out and you're safe, you're golden, But within the fine print, it said also once you're past the first test, you have to go into the second test, which is this elaborate maze.
Where you can still get attacked.
You can still get attacked.
Robbed.
Yeah. And every time you're going through like the barriers, you like scan your phone and it charges
so
your
much
bank.
money.
Yeah, immediately. But like you choose the wrong one and it brings you back round into the gift shop. You're getting charged like every time you're doing that. So
yeah, there's
God forbid you run out of money in your bank account. You don't want to know what happens next.
starvation.
You have to take
the real way out is like
you have to go to the finance
department.
department and get a loan out from JARLoans.
Yeah, we got our own bank.
So that's like step 3 once you go bankrupt from the maze. Then you go to the finance sector. And that's when the real fun begins.
Welcome to the rat race, fucker.
Yeah, giant rats, genetically engineered rats chase you around the finance sector so you can get your loan out, let alone a refund. No one's ever got a refund. Not a single refund has ever been handed out at JARland, or whatever it was called. Yeah, JARland.
No one's ever left.
Yeah. But then you make your way into Galador.
What the fuck's Galador?
There's a whole, like, a third of the park.
He's Galador.
It is a Galador land.
What the fuck is this?
Do you have your phone on you?
How do you spell Galador?
Search Galador. Galador. Galador.
G-A-L.
Yeah. So we'll have to work out some like licensing, I guess.
Galador?
Galador land.
Galador?
Yeah. Search Galador. See if you recognize what's coming up.
Tolkien's Middle-earth, a fictional planet in... What?
It's not that. It's nothing to do with that.
Wait. No, this is what Google's AI has said. Galador refers to multiple things. A figure in J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, a fictional planet in Marvel Comics, and a...
Oh, I gave you the wrong spelling. It's it's I.
Galador?
Galador. Galidor.
Defender of the Outer Dimensions TV.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Who's this guy?
See?
Is it like a Lego thing? What's that?
So we can do Galador.
Yeah. Yeah, this IP's got to be worth like £9. Like,
You don't remember Galador?
no. What the
It's the
fuck?
only one Jar World could like afford.
Let's drop the whole Jar part. Let's just do Galador.
Galador Media.
Hey. Lego with the Galador fucking
Yeah.
team up.
So for anyone guessing, I guess I actually remember when Galador was on TV.
Really?
And it was around the era, I guess, Lego were like banking on all these random
IPs
to like make sets around. And they made like Galador
Holy
sets.
shit.
They're like infamously like the worst sets of all time. There was a
What was
McDonald's
this
Happy
on?
Meal. It was just on TV.
Like Cartoon Network or
I'm not sure what like channel
Disney?
it was on, but Galador,
Jesus Christ.
Galidor, definitely gets its own segment of the park,
yeah, for sure. The majority of the park.
and pretty much like if no one's really getting refunds or
Living.
living the 10-15% that make it to Galador world,
They're going to drop the rest of their loan. Want some Galador merch.
they're either going to drop a loan or they're going to drop their life force to the real Galador, who is at this point a shambling zombie. that
Locked in monster man.
Yeah, he's locked into absorbing.
He's like Daniel Day-Lewis, like
He's just the best
character
actor.
What do you call it? Method acting.
We got Galador method acting in JARland.
He just... He's
We
giving
have
like a
the
drug
real
cocktail.
Galador here, guys. All of the like advertising has Galador in big like text. We actually got him.
It's our USP.
We did a Kickstarter so we could buy the rights to Galador. And by gosh, we did it. So yeah, get hyped for JARland. You don't really need anything past that because no one will ever make it past that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yabba dabba do. So does Jar Episode Finder not creep you out a little bit? No offense to the dude, but if someone had that much of an encyclopedic knowledge of my life, I'd probably go off the grid. XX bore. Are you frightened of Jar Episode Finder?
In like a healthy way. In the way
A healthy amount of fear, yeah.
in the way what's his face is afraid of God.
Jordan Peterson.
No, he doesn't believe God exists. The fucking French guy. If I live like Jar Episode Finder doesn't exist, then I'm fucked. I've got to live. Like,
oh right, you were
like
talking in like philosopher.
Yeah, philosopher
Albert
French
Camus.
guy. Albert, that's right.
Terms.
Fucking Albert Pennyworth, fucking Bruce Wayne's right hand man.
The only philosopher I'm listening to is the Joker nowadays.
Wanna know how I got these bars?
I don't know where I got this philosophy.
Nietzsche.
What was the question?
Do you want to know how I got these bars?
Oh, Jar Episode Finder being scary. No, it doesn't creep me out, but I feel like there's some. Right, let me put it in Men in Black terms, right?
Worms.
I wish it were worms would be too simple an answer, but I'm feeling an answer is going to be in more Men in Black terms. If we put our Men in Black caps
You
on.
got to
for a
drink the
moment.
chocolate milk, the time travel chocolate milk.
Yeah, sort of like drinking the chocolate milk that travels through time or whatever. You remember the character, there's a small man that lives inside the bigger man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a whole reveal. I
Right,
somewhat
yeah.
feel that Jar Episode Finder perhaps might be
The little guy.
a little gentleman inside a bigger gentleman
Controlling robot you.
controlling a robot me. Well, it doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else. I am Jar Episode Finder. Okay?
Yeah, let's be real.
This whole time, would you be like genuinely concerned if like this whole time I was someone like Jar Episode Finder, or if like
I'd be kind of fucking pissed off. I'd be like, you've been Rain Man this whole time.
yeah, this crazy
put
memory.
this crazy power to use.
Nope, I actually used it to make up hundreds of different anonymous Redditors in order to ask myself questions for weeks, for years.
Jokes aside, Jar Episode Finder is fucking legendary.
Maybe the most epic,
Most impressive person I've ever known of.
as far as like for how many years, for how long they've been doing it.
because
Skill.
Because they started before AI.
Yeah.
Unless they're like some proto AI, like ChatGPT is based on Jar Episode Finder.
It's not a picture. Whenever I had to like picture who or what the Jar Episode Finder is, I think of that poor. Do you remember that Mass Effect DLC with that tortured child that gets like kidnapped and put into an AI?
Or like the guy from the end of Outlast.
Yeah, like a Clockwork Orange type situation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. It's too good to be true. Like, what is the downside?
See, I think of like
Who's being tortured to make this happen?
what's his name? Like Ashton Hall?
Ashton Kutcher.
No, the guy who raced Speed.
Right. That's actually Jar Episode Finder.
Yeah, like someone who looks like him, like sat on a laptop.
What if it was just like a real, just out of left field, like, you were Jar Episode Finder this whole time?
Megan Fox. Huh?
Yeah, I just kind of do this for fun.
Yeah.
What?
No, I've got to stop. Jesus.
Stop what?
Just like things I want to say, you know. But you know what the woke mob do nowadays?
Do you have problems?
They don't let you say what you want.
Were you gonna say something, you know, non-woke?
You know what? It just might have been. It just might have been. Schmat779 has this one. Hey brothers. +1 parentheses -1. I'm an American Midwestern jarling that plays Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons. It's pretty much standard to roleplay every character with a British accent.
Oh.
Or if you want to mix it up, some kind of European accent. I see you have found my treasures, etc. I don't really know how to make this a question, but are people from across the ocean aware of this? Just a bunch of random Americans doing the European/UK version of Bear I Do Declare for hours on end. Thanks. The Dairy Land Jarling.
Why isn't there like a Dungeons and Dragons for like cowboy shit?
There is. It's called Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay, everything. See how easy this game is to play?
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Fantasy shit doesn't work if there's American accents. Unless it's The Witcher.
I'm the dragon rider, my dude. I'm riding the dragons, my dude. Yeah, that was the unfortunate thing about How to Train Your Dragon, wasn't it?
No, but they're all Scottish apart from like the kids. Jonah Hill and stuff.
Like,
it's like, huh?
why is, you know...
What's wrong with Scottish dudes?
Why is McLovin in How to Train Your Dragon? You know what I'm saying?
Is he?
Yeah. He's fish legs. Duh. Do you have ears?
That's Jonah Hill.
He's lug nuts. Duh. Learn. Did they bring him back? No, they probably wokeified him as well. Now
that whole movie's woke as fuck.
How to Train Your Dragon remake ×3.
Yeah.
Why? What, did they make Toothless black?
No, there's women in it. There are women Vikings.
That confirms me not watching it ever then.
Yeah, there's women that fight dragons.
I was hyped for the How to Train Your Dragon remake, but now you've just told me everything I need to know to never see it.
They remade it, but they made there be women in it.
When are they going to learn? Go woke, go How to Train Your Dragon really successful.
Yeah. Go woke, make loads of money.
Yeah.
Fucking
like
idiots.
Barbie movie that made no money.
Yeah. Fucking trash, fucking woke. Fuck that film. Fuck that shit, fucking crap film.
Like, what part's real? What part of any of that is real?
Of what? The Barbie movie?
No, any of that diatribe.
Well, if you know, you know.
You have to be in the, there's another JARmedia Patreon group chat.
Yeah.
Which has real opinions, but you have to go through a series of challenges before you can find out the real opinion.
Yeah. You have to prove how non-woke you are by saying a select few words.
Yeah, maybe we should start putting that in the branding. The first non-woke podcast.
Yeah, there's none out there. There's no other non-woke.
There are not enough.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
We need more on the scene that are taking back what's needed. So I don't know. I'm quite upset that our accents being appropriated.
No, going back. American accents don't work in fantasy settings.
No. You shall dude pass.
You're late.
Yes, I'm not sure about that. No, I think it does work. My diaper is full, wizard comprende.
I feel like every accent works apart from American.
For
fantasy.
fantasy,
Yeah, for like
all of the British accents do.
all British, all
And like going into Scotland,
all
like
Asian.
Wales, Ireland.
every Asian accent works.
I guess. Do you like
Every-
know Asian accents?
Well, I'm not allowed to do them because of this woke fucking state. Fucking. African accents work.
So it's just Shah dude.
It's just Americans. European accents obviously work.
Yeah. I'd be less thrown out by a Dungeons and Dragons character asking for a Red Bull in the European accent than an American.
You'd be more thrown off.
No, I'd be less thrown off.
Right, yeah.
If it's
Saying
just
that-
an innocent European asking for if I would like a Red Bull, compared to the dastardly American.
Yeah. Yo, you want a Red Bull? It's like, what the fuck?
Although
Who
that was such a good vocal performance. It was like you'd gone into a different dimension and actually plucked out the American Red Bull guy.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
It's like being
exactly
asked by Obama himself.
Kind of, yeah.
Yo, I'm Obama.
Yeah.
Want a Red Bull?
He gave the country a Red Bull. Okay? Put it on overdrive.
Yeah. Crank those tariffs onto overdrive.
And then everyone gets their Red Bull.
Yeah. I'm gonna tariff Red Bull.
After a bad meeting with Red Bull
I'm
guy.
gonna put tariffs on Germany for Red Bull. 90% tariffs on Red Bull.
I'd love that.
Germany would actually do World War III.
I'm just picturing the Red Bull guy in the Oval Office, you know, having a incensed but passionate and
Debate.
rightful debate with the president.
Where does Red Bull come from? We definitely...
Austria.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me? Are you being serious?
I'm serious, yeah. It's an Austrian thing.
You're fucking with me.
There's nothing. to do
No
with
fucking
Germany.
way. That's so fresh. Hell yeah.
Austria's way in, baby.
Yeah. They put them on the world map.
That's what put them on the map.
Don't get me. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, Rebel.
Sometimes I just love when a plan works out Red Bullingly. I quite like this one from Rank the Dank. Hi there, fellas, and lots of bears.
Beer,
I would like to present y'all with some of my lovely wares. I've got lots on sale. Like what you see? Then gimme some tail, 'cause ain't nothing for free.
What the fuck?
First thing on offer, a book without any author, blank pages purely white, limitless options for what you might write. Second item, dearly coveted, a tasty roast, all juicy and buttered up. Don't forget the third thing I'm selling, a Red Bull so energizing it got you yelling. Lastly, I got something no one could pass on, a meet and greet with the famous actor, Ham John. Just call my name if ever you're in the market, or get old Yeller Argyle and tell them to bark it.
What's his name?
Rank the Dank.
Slit.
What are you going to buy from his wares? I'm getting a Red Bull.
I'm getting ham.
You're going to buy actor John Ham.
Oh. I thought it was like ham, like packet ham.
A meet and greet with the famous actor Ham.
I missed the
John.
bear ham.
You want a rack of bear ham?
Yeah, do you remember the bear ham? Teddy bear ham?
No.
Oh, yummiest. That was the yummiest. Like,
The fuck are you talking about? That bear was the yummiest ham.
what was it called? The, The teddy bear, like the ham that looked like a teddy bear.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Teddy bear ham.
That's making me think about
They sold it in the
JARland.
deli.
though.
Do you remember every shop used to have a deli?
Oh, like the luncheon meat shit.
Yeah, luncheon meat.
Oh, right, the bear ham.
Yeah,
I was
bear.
thinking like JARland, we have Galador ham. We have bear ham.
Bear meat ham. Did you know you can't eat bear meat because it will give you like worms?
Not
Bears
thi-
are full of worms.
Now, this bear meat will be so chemically.
So bleached.
Not a single
Bleached bear.
Not a single microorganism can survive on our bear meat. Even the ones that should be there cannot survive
Yeah.
with what we're doing
The
to that bear meat.
sterile bear meat.
Yeah.
It's bear ham.
There's nothing lively about this bear meat. Safest bear meat. Get it with the Galador crunch.
Well, yeah, it doesn't give you any microbes, but it gives you like
It gives you cancer though, for sure.
it gives you like
Instantly.
acid poisoning. I don't know.
Will you be more ill from the bear luncheon or the Galador luncheon? It's a risk you're going to have to take if you want to survive.
Galador fucking loves sterile bear ham.
You get Galador ham and it's just like a piece of plastic. It's probably cheaper to serve people up like Galador patties than like actual meat at this point. I'm going to just buy up every Galador.
What the fuck is a Galador? Look, are you talking about human meat?
No.
It's probably cheaper to farm humans at this point than anything else.
It might be. No, like you figure out how to grow Galadors and then you farm Galador.
Yeah, but I never figured out what Galador is. Like, I know it's an IP, but like, is Galador the guy?
I think it's a human.
Okay, so you are talking about growing humans and farming them for
Well,
their
at first
meat.
I was picturing like buying up every Galador figure and using
okay.
that as calories. As slim as they may
Microplastic
be.
calories.
Yeah. But like
Okay.
as if like people are going to know the difference with how delicious these burgers are. Or at least ham sandwiches or whatever.
I hate ham.
Not this ham, not bear ham.
Maybe Galador ham. The thing that puts me off ham is that when you open ham, it stinks like fart.
No, this would smell like
Smell like fresh bear. Fresh Galador fucking bear.
even the Galador ham smells like bears.
It all smells like bear. Man.
Even like the vegetarian ham smells like bears.
Bear spray.
What kind of what kind of
does a bear smell
situation
like?
do we have set up right here, right now? What do bears smell like?
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think they smell nice like a dog?
What do
Or
bears?
nasty like worms?
Oh, I put bees. What do bees smell of? I spelled bears BERS.
Beers.
What do bears smell of? Subtle, musky, and sometimes like a sweet wet dog.
Ew.
That's horrible.
That's fucking minging. I hate the smell of wet dog.
I hate the smell of bear. Unless it's jar bear meat.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 dentists say that it's the sweetest smelling bear you've ever enjoyed.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 dentists will recommend jar bear meat. Jar bear ham. The kids are fighting for the
For the
fighting
bear
over
ham.
the bear ham or the Galador ham. Which will win out this summer?
You should be an advertisement. I'm a bear.
Jesus. Fuck. Deport Ledwick can be our penultimate one here. Ahoy, Beltman Brothers. Some years ago, my brother and I invented a versatile new word. Bongly. It's an adjective loosely defined as invasively upbeat, often used in reference to someone's eccentrically annoying demeanor. An example of a Bongly celebrity is Jack Black, A Bongly song, for instance, could be "The Lion Sleeps Tonight," which she which she taught me to
Fantastic,
yodel.
Paul.
Like,
What?
But does that mean another one? An example of a Bongly song would be fuck. How the fuck does it go? It's like the most annoying song for more than 10 seconds. How does it go?
I don't know.
Oh shit, man. I heard it in a shop the other day and was like, fuck. No, it's right there.
No,
it's not. It has a similar kind of effect though. Lovely day.
Oh,
Lovely
no.
day.
No.
Lovely day.
No.
Lovely day.
Goddamn day. I fucking hate that song.
Yeah.
That's the worst song ever made.
Is that a Bongly song?
Yes.
Invasively upbeat.
I hate a Wimbleway. Shit fucking song. These songs, these 60s fucking...
They were too happy.
Yeah. Shit was too good for them.
That time has passed.
Yeah, you cannot listen to that now and feel that glee.
One might even call Dick the Head's facial expression Bongly.
That got me hyped up. I spilled my little beer.
This dear
My
little
bear.
world has grown into a liberating tool of expression for us, allowing us to finally label otherwise difficult to place irritations. I must stress that Bongly's connotations aren't necessarily always negative. The right level of Bongly can be joyful and endearing. For example, Nardwar. It's more of a vibe one must gauge. Since Alec has a track record of founding words and idioms such as Dibby, what would you make of Bongly? What would be your stratagem for infiltrating the English lexicon and making Bongly a household expression, such as "Stop acting Bongly" in front of the hose. Beep that. Huh?
You got to get in there with some like TikTok streamer shit.
I'm
If you-
talking
if you
about
wanted to catch
Arsini
on.
though before I talk about Bongly.
What?
I'm talking about Arsini before I'm talking about Bongly.
Visini?
No, Arsini.
What the fuck is
something
Arsini?
else.
Bongly works way more supremely.
No, Arsini is like my new guy.
I thought Mr. Barst was your guy.
It's a whole like, Metal Gear Solid 3. It's like a whole
Right.
crew of villains.
Yeah, what the fuck are they called?
The Barst.
The Bastards. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Sigma Squad or whatever.
So we got Arsini. We got Bear Ham.
Everyone's favourite.
And now we got Bongly, I guess. But none can match to Arsini. Top of the pyramid.
Is he like the guy in the background type of bit?
He's like the kind of Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like the Visini counselor type.
He formed the Visini Council.
Yeah. But he's not a part of the Visini Council, he's above and he controls the Visini Council like a puppet master.
Or he formed the Visini Council, was excommunicated from it by being too powerful and too threatening, formed his own branch, and now he's just Arsini.
Have you ever thought about writing comic books?
Arsini, rah!
You're cooking. Everyone's favourite Arsini line.
Arsini, he only, and this is what's kind of interesting about him, he'll only fight using stance 6.
That's cool.
Like a combination of every previous stance.
Okay, who would win? Arsini or Obi-Wan?
Arsini.
No, Obi-Wan given defensive advantage.
Like what era? Obi-Wan?
Like
Episode 2?
No, post episode 3, but pre episode 4.
The same Obi-Wan that fights Anakin
Yes.
would draw with Arsini, But any older, he loses. And any younger, he loses.
High diff or low diff?
High.
Hmm.
The power scaling might sound effed. He probably couldn't beat Fortnite Darth Vader.
Nothing can.
So if you want more Arsini lore, hit up either J.K. Rowling or Tolkien. Whichever one's still alive. Both, hopefully. Wouldn't have Arsini without them.
Yeah, they paved the way for Arsini.
Ooh.
The final.
I'm trying to pick a good final. I can help. There's like a really long one about pain.
Jesus.
Do you want that one? There's the rebel guy hater.
Rebel guy hater?
Yeah.
Is he German?
I'm not seeing if they say. So do you want pain, rebel hater, or
They both say tempting.
or fat families?
Not fat families.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued by the pain one.
Not fat families.
I have to know the pain one.
Okay. So we can end on an anecdote. This one, it lost me at first, but then came back round to winning me. Because it seems like it's going to be about one thing, but it's actually about something else.
Okay.
So Tobler Bob can wrap us up here. No, this one might be a bit much, so let me know if it's too much to share, and I'll take this comment down.
Damn. Okay.
My friends and I still find this story funny, but it's not exactly one for the dinner table. Jar Jar Jars. Poo in pants jarling here. Not the guy with poo in his pants, mind, but the guy who blew the whistle on the emerging crisis festering in our nation's underwear. I was recently reminded of probably the most embarrassing, excruciating experience of my life, and I figured I'd lower the tone by telling you about it, so you can laugh at my expense, and broadcast a handy PSA at the end. Squeamish listeners beware. I was on a school trip to an outward bound type place, you know the sort. Rope bridges, climbing frames, obstacle courses, a place to develop kids' self-confidence, and a highlight of the school year. Things were going great until a night or two in, when I started to feel a minor dull ache in one of my balls. At first I didn't worry too much and assumed it would go away, so I continued going about my business. However, about half a day or so of increasing pain, it hadn't stopped. Testicular pain was something I'd already encountered on quite a few occasions, when the hammer, or rather the foot, of justice had righteously been brought down, or rather brought up, upon my unsuspecting ghoulies by friends, in response to me being an annoying little shit. In later years, too, I experienced the dreaded blue balls we keepers of the family jewels must all eventually face. Neither such pain is even remotely comparable to what I was beginning to experience. I'm talking about the sort of pain where you feel physically sick, where when you're sitting down, your leg starts to jog involuntarily from the adrenaline. You sweat. Your whole conscious experience starts to orbit the black hole. This frightening, gnawing soreness that stops you focusing on anything else. This was beginning to make activities on the trip quite unpleasant indeed. The trampolining, obstacle courses, and repeatedly being strapped into a harness weren't exactly providing respite. All the while, I was trying to keep a straight face and work through it, desperately attempting to convince myself and everyone else that I was completely normal. By the time I went back to my shared room after a full, torturous day of agony, maybe 36 hours after symptomatic onset, I'd started to limp. So under my covers, I figured I'd check out what was going on. I'm glad I did, but the mental image of what I witnessed still haunts me over a decade on. My right bollock was purple, dark purple, bordering on black, and swollen to about 3 to 5 times its normal size. My friends who were still, quote, my friends who were there still quote my window-shattering, ear-splitting reaction, "It's fucking purple." I think this was then I realised something might be wrong. That evening I had the arguably even more painful job of bashfully explaining to a teacher that my balls were really hurting and that I was starting to get scared. Thankfully he was very understanding and professional about it. If he hadn't been, this could have been much less of a funny story. After consulting a GP, my dad arrived to take me to the nearest hospital. I was examined by a doctor who was, I swear to God, the splitting image of Weird Al in the Like a Surgeon video, which did not improve my deteriorating mental state. This was worse than when, as part of forming a diagnosis, he needed to physically prod and squeeze my excruciating balloon ballsack with what felt like the force of an anvil at terminal velocity. Following this physics-bending time walk of unspeakable and indescribable suffering, the ideal was complete. My ego was in tatters, and what remained of my poor, embattled testicles were in an even worse state. The doctor announced that I had testicular torsion, a twisted testicle. The blood flow had been cut off to one of my balls. And this was now a deeply serious problem that would require immediate emergency surgery. Otherwise, one of my balls would effectively be choked to death by its own spermatic cord within a few hours. Long story short, I had the surgery that night, and the surgeons managed to save my bollocks from oblivion. I awoke with a row of stitches where they'd made the incision, and had to walk like John Wayne for days to minimize the body-racking, stomach-turning pain that accompanied moving around. Everything after that was fine, apart from the extended series of speed bumps we had to go over to get out of the hospital. Oh, fuck. I spent the remainder of the week playing Forza 3 at home, and returned to school as the guy who got a twisted testicle, which unfortunately stuck. So, PSA, to all JARlings in possession of one or more testicles, if you're feeling pain down there and it doesn't go away after a few hours, get it checked out by a doctor immediately. It might save you an astronomical amount of pain, as well as potentially your entire future bloodline. I guess my question off the back of this is, what's the most pain you've ever experienced? Thanks as always for your lovely podcast. It makes me happy, or something. Ball on, ballers. Jesus. That's horrifying.
What a beautifully told story, though.
Also, yeah, told
that's
with beauty.
Oh my god. Like, nothing compares.
This is, I guess, one of my unreasonable fears is that I have this. Ever since I found out about it, I've always feared that this is on my cards.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think that every ball having person,
every ball owner,
every ball possessor will have this fear.
I guess this kind of brings it full circle with Mr. Bolt Ox, or whatever the fuck.
Bolt Ox.
What's he called? Bowl. But I can't remember. Mr. Bollocks. Mr. Bastard.
He's Mr. Bastard. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, bro. I have no clue.
What's the most pain you've ever been in, though?
Probably post my nose surgery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where, when the pain meds wore off and you got to feel just a little taste.
Just for a little bit.
Just for a little moment, it was like... Yeah, it was a run moment.
Mine was probably the burn.
Off a go-kart.
Yeah, I landed on an exhaust pipe.
Yeah. Second, third degree. Burns are horrible.
Yeah. It swelled up like a balloon. Like my hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was full of juice. You could see the it was like water. Sloshing around inside the blister.
Gosh.
It was fucking gross, man.
Yeah.
The palm of my left hand. I think it was my left hand.
I'll do it.
It didn't scar. So I guess it couldn't have been that bad. But yeah, really sore. But ball pain, there's nothing like ball pain.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. Nothing will compare.
What about Barst Harding?
Yeah, that's cute and funny.
And a bit vicious.
Yeah, cruel.
Yeah, so with that, I'll say my favourite slur and we can go home. Beep.